Hello and welcome everyone. There is only one move for white here in order to win this, and one line. Can you find how? Because black right now wants to take the bishop with check, and he will take the pawn and either win or it will be a draw here. If you can solve this puzzle with white and win, pause the video and trying to find the only way and only line to win here. Okay, welcome back. So if you try to promote the queen right away, the issue about that he will just take the bishop with check, and after you move your king, whenever you move it, he will just take your queen and black will win here. So you can't promote the queen right away, like you need to do a different move. Let's say you try to defend your bishop, but black simply will play his rook to a8 and he will put his rook here, like, and was most like worst scenarios he will just sacrifice his rook and it will be a draw here. So you can't defend the bishop, you can't promote the queen. Okay, what else can you do? Like you try to attack his rook with bishop, but he does, like, he right now can't play his rook to e3, but he still can play the same move, rook a8, and go for the pawn and sacrifice his rook, and it will be a draw here. So how can you actually win here with white? Um, the only move is to play your bishop to a7, sacrificing your bishop. But why this is the only move? Because let's say he take with rook, you will simply promote the queen and you win here. But he doesn't have to take with rook to win. Like that will be like a mistake from black to take with rook right away. He must fight here in order to try to draw. He may take with king. You don't promote the queen right away because he will just win here your queen right away and black will win. But what do you do now to win? You have to prevent black from using his rook, either king. Like you have to play your king to d4 and try to prevent black from playing rook check on skewer. He can simply go here, but if he go here, he will just promote the queen and win. Okay, what else can black do? He will try to check. And like anyone can do a mistake right here. You have to be careful because maybe someone will play not this move. Like maybe queen e king e5. That's a mistake because he can play his rook to a1 and skewer, and it will be a draw. Defend the pawn and it will be a draw. But you don't move your king here. Instead, you just go up, preventing his rook from trying to take your pawn, and you try to put your king here so he doesn't play rook check. He doesn't have rook check. If he went down, you promote the queen. He must play check again, go up, play check again, and you just go here and you promote the queen and you win here with white. So he doesn't need to. If black didn't really take your bishop at all with king or rook, and he did a different move, he played check. How do you win? Now go down, and the idea about this move, if he played check again, you don't put your bishop because he can play his rook to a8 and again you lose your pawn. But you will just play your king to d5, and if he played check again, you will just keep going up like the same idea I told you. You put your king here and promote the queen and win. That if he played check from here. But what else can black do? Can he play rook a1 and play rook check from e1 and take your queen? But you have only one move here for white. Can you find it? If you moved your king here, that's a blunder because black will take your bishop with king. And if you promoted the queen, you will just play check rook and take your queen. So you must go back and defend your pawn and it will be a draw here. So you never play your king to e4 here. And if you went up a blunder again, he simply can put his rook here and sacrifice his rook. But the only move, play your king to f4. Okay, why this? You may play this rook to e1 and take your queen, but you will block it with your bishop, and black no way to take your pawn here and try to draw. But what if he played a different move? He played check. How do you continue? You have a brilliant move here. Only one move again. Sacrifice your bishop from f2. Wow. That's the only move. It prevents him from playing rook e1 again. And right now he can't stop the pawn. He must take your bishop. But how do you continue? Play king to e3. Because he doesn't put his rook e2. Like if you try to play it to e4, he played check and skewer and take your pawn. So you can't play here because he played rook e2 and he wins here. So the only move is just to play king e3. You try to play rook f1, and if you promote the queen, he wins. You must do this move, king to e2, so you don't be tricked here. Now black don't have any way to stop the pawn, and you just promote the queen and you win here with white. If you enjoyed this puzzle, like the video and subscribe, and thank you for watching.